everybody, and welcome to Coffee with Kenobi's Facebook Live every Monday night at 8 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. I am your host, Dan Z. Thrilled to be here with each and every one of you. Let's bring in our friends. We've got Colby. Hello, Colby. Good to see you. Tyler says it is a tough list, but I'm ready. I'm glad to hear that. Minta is sharing with us. It is very, very cold. Minta, I'm not sure where you're located geographically. It was very cold here. It was below zero for a while, and then within a week it was 50, over 50 degrees. And now today, let's see, it's 27, so it's back to cold again. So I understand how you feel. Let's bring in everybody. Terry says, got your list ready? I've got mine ready, and I hope that you do too. Tonight we're going to be talking about your top 5 favorite Star Wars collectibles. It took a long time to make this list. In fact, I had one. I had it ready to go, and I left it at school. I was working on it during my prep, and I left it at school, so I had to recreate it again. But it's fun to go through this list, and we're gonna have fun talking about it tonight with each and every one of you. Mason is here. Hello, Mason's there. Good to have my son there with us. Who else is here? Becky is here. Hello, Becky. Happy Monday to you, my friend. Speaking of Becky, we're gonna have a lot of fun things coming in the next over time. We're going to be having a lot of fun with Becky and MEI and Mouse Fan Travel, of course, the official travel partner of Coffee with Kenobi. So look forward to that. Terry says the top 5 John Williams original trilogy scores were a killer to decide this week from the podcast show. Well, Terry, thank you, my friend. The check is in the mail. Speaking of that, this week on Coffee with Kenobi on CWK Prover, we went through our top 5 different tracks from the original trilogy soundtracks. Of course, John Williams did these, and we had a ton of fun doing those. Jason, good evening to you, my friend. Ross is here. Hello, Ross. And Mike, good to have you, Mike. Ben is here. Wow, we've got an incredible array of people. Thomas is here. I love it so much. All right, very good. Well, let's just go ahead. We've got a couple fun things tonight. We're going to do the top 5, of course, which we're talking about now. And we're going to play a little Star Wars trivia. So let's just jump right in to our top 5s. Let's do it. Jamie is here as well. Hello, Jamie. I'll just play what's brewing in the world of Star Wars, and we'll jump into top 5s. So what's brewing in the world of Star Wars this week? As I said, we really don't have much to brew for you today, but we've got a lot of fun conversation with our Star Wars collectibles. So when you were thinking about your Star Wars collectibles, and hello to you, Jamie. Good to have you. Daniel, welcome back to the show, my friend. I love it. So good to see all of you here. When I was making my list of top 5 collectibles, it was challenging because what I tried to do is think about not necessarily collect. These are all collectibles that I actually have. Okay. These are collectibles that I actually have, not top 5s that exist in the world, not top 5s that I wish I had. And I also tried to pick top 5s that are very, very possible to get. I mean, I have some. I'm very fortunate, very blessed because of Coffee with Kenobi and DNZ Media and all the fun things that happen here at the Coffee with Kenobi studios. I've got access to a lot of cool exclusive stuff, so I didn't put these on my list because I don't feel like that's... I wanted to do stuff that everybody has that we can share together, because Star Wars is a shared community experience. I think that's super important. And wow, look at this. I love it. I love it so much. So Raquel, my cousin Raquel's here. Raquel representing for the cousins. Thank you so much. Good to see you. Josh is here back on the show, and Greg is here. Hello, Greg. Good to have you back. Of course, always good to see you. Daniel says it was tough because you don't collect. Well, but I bet you've got some cool Star Wars stuff around your house, buddy. Minta thinks it was a hard list too. I do as well. So let's just go ahead and jump in. Number 5 of your top 5 favorite Star Wars collectibles. Again, I stuck to ones that I actually have. And my number 5 is, well, apparently I disappeared, is Kenner action figures. Yes, Kenner action figures. Let me see if I can get my actual feedback. Kenner action figures are just a classic part, of course, of Star Wars and collecting. There we go. Here I am. I don't know what happened. They are great. Like, I didn't pick a specific one. I could have picked individual figures. I could have talked about specific ones or different memories. But so much of my early Star Wars fandom is tied into these Star Wars Kenner action figures that are just so iconic. And it looks like we've got a great list showing up with our friends here. Mason's number 5, by the way, is he has a very, very tall Kanan Jarrus action figure from, of course, Star Wars Rebels. And I would guess, let's see, if the 12 inches are just yay big, I would guess these are probably 30-inch figures. They came out right when Rebels came out, and he has a Kanan one that is super cool. That is his number 5, which is a great choice. I love Kanan, of course. Mary's number 5. My son Chaz wanted to share his as well. Awesome. Her number 5 is limited edition matching Ahsoka ring, bangle, and necklace from her universe and Rock Love jewelry. And for Chaz, a Falcon large playset toy from the mid-2000s. Ooh. Hey, that is a great, great one, Chaz. I love that one. I have that one too. Oh, I forgot to put that on my list. Ah, see, it's happening already and we're only on number 5. Oh my goodness. That's good. I mean, this really, like, when I was looking at my top 5s, I don't know that I could rank them. I do have them in order, but I think they could all be interchangeable because they're all very cool for different reasons. Terry's number 5 in no particular order. Also, Kenner Millennium Falcon, the number 1 toy I wanted as a kid. Never had it until I was an adult. Terry, love it. You really can't beat the Millennium Falcon. I love that one. For Tyler, number 5, Galaxy's Edge Ben Solo lightsaber. A buddy grabbed this for me last year, and it's incredible. Feels like how I imagine a real lightsaber would be. It's true. The weight of the lightsabers at Galaxy's Edge are awesome. And there's some heft to them, and they're very sturdy. And Tyler, I can't wait till you go to Galaxy's Edge one day because you're going to love it, man. You're going to love it. Number 5 for Greg, Star Wars number 1 from 1977. Well worn and marked on, but it is a cornerstone piece of my collection. Well, Greg, you just gave me another one that I missed from my list. Gosh, we should have did a top 10. Why didn't I do a top 10? Man, shame on me. Jason's number 5, the Star Wars book. Well, yay, Jason. Thank you so much. I got to be honest, I did want to put that on there, but I didn't because I feel like, I don't know, I felt like I didn't want to be too self-serving because since I was one of the authors on the book. But if it's one of your favorites, Jason, amen, my friend. Amen. Thank you so much for that. I mean, honestly, it is a huge, huge top 5 collectible for me. It is my favorite one, but for this list, I tried to stick to just other ones. Why is Corey and Jeff, quit texting me and watch the show, guys. Come on. All right. Number 5 for Ross, 1980-98 Ulan Salacious Crumb Power of the Force 3 3/4-inch figures. Moved all over the country with you. Oh, that's cool. I remember when those came out too. Man, Ross, I wish I knew you in the mid-90s, man. Or late 90s, we would have torn through Walmarts and Toys R Us's all over Central Illinois and Indiana for sure. So many fun memories. Number 5 for Minta. This is super fun. My stuffed porg collection. I became obsessed with these adorable creatures. 2 of them talk. Minta, that is great. And I can't wait till you get yours from Galaxy's Edge. And maybe you already have one. I don't know, but they just have a very unique one. So be sure to post your picture in a CWK Cafe. And of course, all of you, please post pictures of your collectibles from your top 5s in the CWK Cafe, which is, of course, our exclusive Facebook group. Number 5 for Colby, R2-D2 drinking tray, Disney Elite Series die cast. He looks so great with all the drinks around his dome. Well, that's cool. I'd like to see a picture of that one as well, Colby. Number 5 for Ben, Funko Pop Kylo Ren from The Force Awakens, something too special. It was my first ever Funko, and I bought it at Midtown Comics in 2015. That's great. And see, that was my thinking too. It doesn't have to be something special, just special to you, right? Because we all have a chance to get these, but for whatever reason, we choose to other things, and it all works out together. We can share our collection in the CWK Cafe. Daniel, number 5, my Kenobi Revenge of the Sith LED hologram. Oh, cool. See? I'm going to be a broken record, Daniel, but all of you, be sure to post these pictures in the CWK Cafe. That's really fun. Number 5 for Mike, the Y-Wing toy as a kid, very old. Ooh, is it a die-cast one, or is it the Kenner 3 3/4 scale one where figures can go in it? If they had one. It's been so long. I don't think they did, but I'd love to see a picture of that. Joshua says, my DIY blaster, something he made with his dad quite a few years ago. Definitely not the best DIY blaster out there, but it has a lot of value because of the memories of working on it with my dad. It may not look like much, but she's got it where it counts. Well, hey, again, it's special to you. It's something unique to you. That is what matters. I love that so much. Number 5 for Jamie. Original Topps Empire Strikes Back trading card set. Ooh, nice. That is a very good one. That is a very, very good one. Wow. Now, Ross, Becky says, thanks, Ross. That's right. That's right. I teased it earlier, but and I showed at the top of the show, but be sure if you are planning, naturally, on going on a vacation, if you feel safe to book it to Walt Disney World or anywhere else on the planet that you want to go on vacation, be sure to check out MEI and Mouse Fan Travel. Again, they are the official travel partner of Coffee with Kenobi and are awesome, awesome people. Becky Mankin and her team are great, very, very helpful. And I know a lot of you here actually are using MEI and Mouse Fan Travel, and I certainly use them as well. Justin says, number 5, Funko Pop of Han and Greedo from the canteen. Oh, cool. I was wondering if who got those and who's going to show pictures of that one, because that looks like a really cool, fun one. Now, Justin, are they kind of stuck in that cantina, in the little cantina booth? Like, can you take them out and repose them, or are they all kind of molded together? I'm guessing they're all molded together, but that's really cool. James, number 5, my Ronto figure, that weird dinosaur from New Hope Special Edition. Well, that's fun. That's a fun one. No, CGI, of course, know exactly what you mean. That is a great choice. We actually have one of those lying around the house, and we were playing with it a few weeks ago. So cool. So cool. So, yes, Justin confirms it. Oh, wow. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. I did not expect that. That is very, very cool. All right, let's go into number 4 for our favorite Kenner's Mine, favorite Star Wars collectibles that we have. Number 4 for me, the Death Star playset. This is also part of the Kenner action figure line. And I had one. And when we moved from Louisiana, it got lost in the move. And it was one of my favorite treasure collectibles. I found one on eBay a couple years ago. It's got a very special spot in my studio here. I absolutely love it. I even have the little rope that you can swing across. I've got the original foam that came with it. And it's so old that the foam, like just being around the area, if you even say the word foam with the Ziploc bag open, I swear it crumbles like Charlie Brown's Christmas tree. So I have it sealed up in a Ziploc bag just so I can have it in the trash compactor. Great, great stuff. I love it. I even have the original cardboard that is the little scenes in front as well. So good. So good. All right. Tyler's number 4. Fall Convention, Rise of Skywalker, Luke and Leia training Funko Pops. The only Pops I wanted from the last convention. Super happy to snag them. They look great together. Oh, that's cool. I like those too. They're very, very cool. And you bought them separately, correct? I think you could buy them separately if memory serves. I don't buy Funkos all the time, so I'm not as familiar with that. But I feel like you had to buy them separately, or you could buy them as a set. I'm not really sure, so be sure to let me know, Tyler. Number 4 for Greg, Galaxy's Edge, Light Side Holocron. The sound it makes and the voices you can unlock with different Kyber crystals are amazing. Great value souvenir as well. Yes, I love it. And I've got a couple Kyber crystals. I actually have my books. Well, it's right back there. You can probably see it right back there. It's a really fun one. I need to do, even though it's been around for a while, I still want to do a video review of that thing sometime. And show what it looks like when you put the different Kyber crystals in. It's really great, and you charge it up with a USB cable. I only have the light side one. Someday I'm sure I'll get a dark side one, but that's a cool choice, Greg. Number 4 for Meanton. I'm noticing a pattern here. Stuffed Grogu collection. Who isn't in love with that little guy? Oh, yeah, that's great. So again, you got to show these pictures. It's going to be fun to see. For Justin, Power of the Force Millennium Falcon. Here. That is the third mention of the Millennium Falcon. What's the Kenner version or the Power of the Force one? Now, the Power of the Force one is the exact same sculpt as the Kenner one, but it's got more electronics inside it so that you can hear some of the sound effects and all the great stuff that goes with the Falcon. So that's a fun one. Number 4 for Mary. All the Clone Wars McDonald's Happy Meal toys. We ate a lot of Happy Meals. Oh, that's cool. For her son, Chaz, the giant C-3PO Pez dispenser I got on the show floor at Celebration 5. Oh, that's fun. See, again, these special moments that we have with these things are so good. Number 4 for Mason, similar to his Kanan, but this is a big First Order Stormtrooper. And this thing is, oh my gosh, it's probably 2.5 feet tall, maybe. And it's wide. And we actually got that, I think we got that at Aldi. It was like up by the register when The Force Awakens came out. We saw it and got that for Mason, and it's still a big part of his room, and we love it. At Christmas time, he puts the Santa hat on it. It's great stuff. All right, number 4 for Colby. Funko Pop of Vader in his meditation chamber. Such a creative pop. It is. It's very nice looking. Very nice looking one. Number 4 for Jason, the Empire Strikes Back movie poster that my wife bought me early in our relationship. Oh, that's cool. Do you have it framed, Jason, and have it displayed? I'm sure you probably do. That is a wonderful one. I love that. Number 4 for Terry, binder of random Star Wars Lucasfilm Insider magazines my mom found at a flea market. It was the last Star Wars gift she gave me before she passed away. Well, God rest her soul, Terry. Thank you so much for sharing that. It's really powerful. It's, Star Wars, as I always say, family connection. Family connection, those memories we have. And Terry, your story with your mom, which I really would like to hear more about your mom. She sounds like an amazing lady. My mom, I know Jeff McGee's mom. So many of our parents have enabled us to be the Star Wars fans we are today. And I'm pretty sure Mason will say that one day too. Oh, Tyler says they were a 2-pack only to come in a protector for 2. Oh, cool. Even better. Then you don't have to hunt them down individually. James, this list is really, really hard since I have thousands of Star Wars figures and books. My number 4 is my Shmi Skywalker Power of the Jedi figure that I recently bought. She's the last Skywalker I needed for my collection. Oh, that's cool. That is cool. And yeah, isn't it fun? Like, it's like trying to narrow down this collection. And by the way, I've been saying this, but I got to reshoot my intro for CWK Live because I've changed my collection around. I'm not using a little laptop anymore to do the live show. And it'll just be fun to show you, like, we've got a different lighting system, a lot of fun stuff going on. And the reason I bring that up is because James is talking about narrowing down his collection. It's not easy to do. Mike says, got to be my Grogu plush doll collection. Awesome. You and me to have a Grogu plush doll collection. Love that. Jamie's number 4, talking and moving Darth Vader. Piggy bank? My kids grew up hearing him through Piggy Bank before they saw the movies. He moves? I got to see this. You got to put a video up with this, Jamie. That's good stuff. Number 3 for Justin, all my Black Series and toys from over the years. Similar to my number 5, you just can't really separate them. They just all collectively have special meaning, which is great. Daniel, number 4, my Rogue One Security Major Staff Officer costume. I've been working on it for 6 months now and just applied for my 501st membership. Well, congratulations, Daniel. I'm sure you will get in. That is awesome, and I look forward to seeing your work. I have no doubt it is wonderful. James says, Jamie, he owns that nice piece as well. Very cool. I'm going to get a drink of water here real quick. Pardon me. All right. Josh says, Heir to the Empire. His copy of Heir to the Empire is very special to him. He says he got it as a Christmas gift. Let's see. They could have just gotten the $8 paperback and they'd be thrilled, but they went ahead and got the hardback. Not only the hardback, the special 20th anniversary hardback. Wow. It's also got annotations by Timothy Zahn. I remember when that came out. That's good. A lot of people are talking about that book recently. One of our good friends at school, he is listening to the audio books for the first time of all 3 of them. I know a lot of people reread them every year. I know Jeff McGee does, so that's really good. I need to revisit them. That'll be fun to do. Terry says he's getting ready to start his TK outfit for 501st approval too. Well, congratulations, Terry. Wow. And Terry, when you figure it out, you're going to have to come over and help me finish mine for sure. So Jason says, I do. It's on the wall next to me. Yes. Awesome. I love that, man. I love that. Number 4 for Cato is the full collection of the Burger King glasses. Cato, I have a feeling that's going to come up for me as well. Daniel says, good luck, a lot of gluing and sanding. Oh my gosh. No kidding. That is no joke. I remember having to go and get specific different kinds of sandpaper, and man, I don't know how the Empire ever took over the galaxies as long as it takes to build these TK outfits. So, wow. All right. Time to go into number 3. Wow, we're already at 8:20 and we're only on number 3. I love that. My number 3 is my Galaxy's Edge lightsaber. What cut-off lightsaber? So, yeah, my Galaxy's Edge lightsaber is very special to me just because of the impact that it had on me when I built it. Building a lightsaber Galaxy's Edge is an experience. It's an experience. You're paying for the lightsaber, but you're paying for the experience. A lot of amazing things happen. I will never spoil it here on the show, but you feel like for a brief moment in time, you're in the Star Wars universe building an actual lightsaber. It's amazing and it's wonderful. And, you know, someday I can't wait to take Mason the Galaxy's Edge to Savvy's workshop so he can build one too. And it's great. I just absolutely love it. It's such a unique collectible. And whenever you get the chance, when you go to Galaxy's Edge, obviously you're going to use MEI and Miles Time Travel to book your vacation and go there. But when you do, be sure to talk to me. I'm happy to give you some tips. And make sure you get that Galaxy's Edge lightsaber from Savvy's workshop that you built because they are amazing. Absolutely amazing. You get to pick your own Kyber crystal, the whole deal. All right. Let's see what you have for your number threes. Ben's number four is Bandai Millennium Falcon 1/444 scale. He has 3 or 4 that he built, but the Falcon was his favorite. Well, I can understand that. That's cool. Ross says, Kato's so classic for sure. Oh, look at Tyler. Columbia Mandalorian jacket. A super cool friend gave it to me. It fits great and looks even better, and the packaging is unreal, right? It's got a massive Beskar, basically a Beskar plate that it looks like real Beskar, and it's great. The jacket looks great on you, dude. I love it. That's a great one. I'm glad that you like that. Number 3 for Greg, the poster, dice, and pin giveaway for the Solo Star Wars premiere. Great promotional piece. Honorable mention for the Solo Denny's card set. That's great. Cool you got that from the Solo premiere. That was good. Actually, I don't know if you can see it here, but I've got my dice from the junket. Gosh, it's not fitting in the camera, but I've got the dice from the junket of the Solo dice around my microphone. It's great. So cool. Justin, all my Black Series Legos and toys from over the years, my favorite being the Resistance Transport from Galaxy's Edge. Such a fun build. That is a fun build. It looks cool. I don't have that one yet, but it looks great, and being able to ride that thing is pretty awesome too. Colby, original Luke and Obi-Wan vintage Kenner action figures. I have none of my figures from my childhood, so my wife and friend Simbot bought me these 2 figures at a collectibles shop. I was over the moon. Well, that's cool. Well, Colby, we've got a new mission to get you all your figures back. That's great. And Simbot is awesome. Be sure to tell him I said hello. Me to Star Wars Funko collection whenever possible. I try to get a full set of characters someday, though. Wow. Well, that would be great, and that is going to be quite a collection. I mean, there are a lot of Funko Pops. There are a lot of people here who have a lot of Funkos. Speaking of that, I know Ross has a lot of Funkos, too. Ross says, Return of the Jedi plastic mug, 82. Made by Dika. Animated drawings of Ewoks, Leia, R2, and C-3PO given to me by a friend. We keep hearing that from our parents, from our friends, from our spouses. Just sometimes they'll just give you something, and the item is great, but it's that memory associated with that, which is great. And that's what all of mine are as well. Number 3 for Terry, Darth Vader Force FX lightsaber. The first high quality saber I ever purchased. It has such a great feel and a pretty good sound too. Yes, I have that one. I keep pointing like you can see. Sorry about that. I have one above some of my Burger King glasses here, and they're really nice. Number 3 for Mike, the Black Series Vader helmet. Nice. That is a really high quality item. Number 3 for Mary, the first Ahsoka Black Series. Had a hard time finding it. No kidding. I hear you. And Chad's number 3, the Black Kyber Crystal and the Jedi and Sith Holocrons. How did he find a Black Kyber Crystal? I'm impressed. Those are very, very hard to find because they all are in red ones, and you just never know which one you're going to get. That's cool. Very cool. Josh, a DIY, again, a lightsaber project with his dad. This one looks more realistic, but it doesn't matter as much as the memories working on it. He pulled it out and took it to see the Rise of Skywalker. That's cool. And no, security probably wouldn't because they know that's kind of part and parcel as long as it doesn't look like a real thing. I believe that's their guideline. James, the Astromech droid collection. He owns 6 at the moment. Chopper, R2, and 4 random droids in the backgrounds. Hope to add more to the collection. Oh, that's cool. The 3 3/4, I'm assuming, James. Probably. Jason, Return of the Jedi 2-disc special edition soundtrack from 1997. This is a soundtrack that drew Jason into listening to Star Wars music. And the booklet has shots from the film and a narrative description. Ooh, nice. I would like to see that. That's cool. Number 3 for Kato, the Star Wars films and Lucasfilm patches. He used to order from the fan club, Bantha Tracks newsletter. and weird little things they'd send you when you sign up each year. That is great. Are you a member of the Rancho Obi-Wan? Because they've got some fun little things that they send out each year as well. But those are great. Those Bantha Tracks ones, awesome. Daniel, my Jedi general costume with my arm bracers and lower leg armor. I even had a blinking light in the compad. This was approved through the Rebel Legion last year, and it was a labor of love. Well, Daniel, at the beginning of the show, you said you didn't have many collectibles. Well, you've got some amazing stuff. So kudos, dude. I can't wait to see all these pictures that I hope you put in the CWK Cafe. Blake is here. You're late. I got your hall pass. You're all set, buddy. Just have a seat in the front. It says, my original trilogy on Blu-ray are the original cuts of the film. Oh, well, that is a treasure. Kato says, speaking of Han Solo dice, I would turn out to be a knockoff pair of dice when they arrived. Were called Lone Man dice in a box set from China. Oh, that's funny. And if you go to Galaxy's Edge, Kato, you can get the dice there too. Ben's custom-made Mandalorian. Oh, made of washers, bolts, nuts, screws. My mom found at a craft show. It's pretty cool, but it's nice that my mom supports me being nerdy. That is cool. I like to see that. Man, I'm just going to assume that I want you to put all your stuff in the CWK Cafe. Let me put up the logo here so you're very familiar with it. But it, again, is our exclusive place for you to go. And join us for Star Wars Conversation, www.coffeewithkenobi.com/community. That is our exclusive Facebook group. It is family-friendly, spoiler-free, and great fun. All right, very good. Let's see. I'll have to move a little bit faster. Yes, 3 3/4 inch ones. Okay, thank you. Terry has a set of the dice on his rearview mirror, and so far so good. Good luck ever since driving in your truck. You know, I had one in my truck too, but then it kept clicking together, and I just was very aware of it, and I was so worried about it falling off, which was just me being a little OCD, I guess. But I need to get back on there. I think Deanna would agree. Where's the Han Solo dice, Dan? Why can't we drive around with that? Well, of course, if you insist. Number 3 for Mason is his Boba Fett figure. It's up here, but it's the retro Boba Fett action figure. He's got an original Kenner one that I gave him. I had an extra one, but he's got the retro Boba Fett on card. Looks great, and that is one of his favorite collectibles as well. That's Mason's number 3. Let's go into number 2. I'm going to go through these a little more quickly. So if I don't read all the details of your descriptions, they will certainly be there in the chat for everybody to see. My number 2 is my Betamax copy of Star Wars. It's a great story behind that. I've told on the show a few times, but the Cliff Notes version is this. Back when Star Wars was first available on home video, you could get on Betamax, which is a higher quality one, smaller, more bulky. And then the VHS tapes, of course, are longer, flatter ones. And we had the option of joining a video club for $100 or buying Star Wars for $100 because they weren't priced to purchase. They were priced so that video stores would buy them and you could rent them out. So I, of course, wanted to buy Star Wars. I didn't care about the other movies. We ultimately ended up getting the club membership at the time. Shows how much older I am. But eventually, I, of course, bought Star Wars on beta. I try to watch that version every year for May the 4th. And, it's the original version. There's no special edition on that. It's just great. I love it so much. And I got to show it to Mason a few years ago, so that was very special. Speaking of Mason, I'm going to get his number 2 in right away. His number 2 is Grogu. The child Grogu. If you saw Halloween pictures that we posted, well, Halloween time, he was holding his Grogu. Super cute, and he dresses a Mandalorian, so that is his number 2. He brought it to school a couple weeks ago, and he was the star student for the week, which was pretty wonderful. So, good job. Good job. All right, let's see. Number 2s here. We have got, let's see, Minta's number 2. Plo Koon and Zeb statues. Wow. Oh, I can't, you know what? I have not seen these. I'm looking forward to seeing those. Greg's number 2, the Kenner Micro Bespin Freeze Chamber. This, if I had a top 5 of collectibles I wish I had, this will be on there, and I know you've been collecting those for a while, so that's cool, Greg. Number 2 for Justin, the Han Solo dice. Hang in the rearview mirror. See, it's a thing, man. It is a thing. Mary's number 2, 2 photo ops from different celebrations. One with the Skywalker twins, Mark and Carrie, and then the last one with the Clone Wars cast. Chaz's number 2, Ahsoka's first set of lightsabers from Batu. Nice. Now, those are the ones from Rebels, right? Yeah, that's cool. That's great. Man, Chaz has got a great collection. Colby, Force FX Anakin Skywalker lightsaber. Gift from his parents 15 years ago. Lightsabers are so cool. Aren't they, though? The best. Number 2 for Terry, the 78 Star Wars Metal Lunchbox. Oh. He said, I got to read this one. He says he wanted so bad. He threw a huge fit as a kid. When he asked for it, he got a $6 million man instead. Hey, that one's cool too, but yes, Star Wars one is very special. I have that one too. Ben's number 4, Funko Pop movie moments of Rey and Kylo Ren fighting the Praetorian Guards. One of my favorite scenes from any Star Wars movie. Number 2, the collection of drinking glasses from Burger King. Thought they were lost for good, but his parents found them in their basement. That is a major score. Hooray for that. I'm glad you found those. Daniel's number 2, the Return of the Jedi Kenobi Inception Elite Hilt. One of the best screen accurate hilts out there, built by Roman Gomez. Okay, that. Dude, you are bringing it. That's awesome. Number 2 for Blake, an old friend from his home state of Maryland brought him some original Cantina action figures and sent them to him. Love them. Oh, that's cool. That's very cool. That was from the Power of the Force line. Ross, Black Series Harrison Dula, autographed, personalized by Vanessa Marshall at Indie PopCon. Oh, that's cool. When did that happen? Was that a couple years ago? That's great. Star Wars on beta. Oh, yeah, man. So good. If you go through my Instagram, Danzer, CWK, I made a video of me putting in the old Betamax player. The Betamax player still works, by the way. Mike's High Dollar Lightsaber for Kato. Original Trilogy despecialized bootlegs, including the Christmas special. Wow. Jamie's number 2 is his Burger King glasses. All right. Let's do our number 1. Our favorite Star Wars collectible. Speaking of what Jamie and a few of other you have said, my number 1, without a doubt, is my Burger King glasses. You can't see them now, but I've got all 3 of them listed up behind me. They're in a prominent place. I specifically bought these frames or these shelves so I could put these up. That was the main thing I cared about. They're my favorite collectible. I have so many great memories with them. I love them so much. And a lot of you have been mentioning your Burger King figures, or I'm sorry, Burger King glasses as well. That's cool. All right. Good. Let's see what number 1 is for everybody else. Number 1 for Mason is Star Wars Battlefront 2. He loves Battlefront 2. That is his number 1 favorite Star Wars collectible. His brother gave it to him a little bit ago. And man, we're having the best time with it. We always do. So that's Mason's number 1. Let's see what everybody else has for their number 1s. Excuse me. Number 1. This was a tie, but first was in my Star Wars book. Danzy's being the best. Well, thank you, Mita. I appreciate that. My second and probably most prized collection is a signed New York Comic Con booklet by Ashley Eckstein herself. Well, that is great. That is great. What a cool one. And thank you for the kind words about the book, Mita. Appreciate that. James, 2 is 12-inch 77 C3PO. Legs broken, but he's a nice piece to the collection for sure. The one for Tyler, Master Replica Return of the Jedi Luke lightsaber. Nice. It says first big boy purchase. For Colby, his very own lightsaber crafted in Savvy's workshop. Oh, that's cool. For all the reasons that you mentioned. Good. Yeah, there's really nothing like it, is there? And I think we have the same hilt, don't we? Pretty similar. Justin, also the Savvy's workshop. Saber, one of the best and most interactive experiences. It's so good. It's so good. Ross is ticket stubs from the re-release of A New Hope at the historic Senator Theater in Maryland. Townsend, Maryland. That's cool. Waiting in line at midnight with Jason, one of his best and closest friends since 3rd grade. Well, that's pretty wonderful. Josh, number 1, the 2015 Lego Millennium Falcon. Wow, those things are huge, too. I wonder how long it took to build. The one for Blake, Vader and Stormtrooper Black Series helmets. My wife surprised me with them years ago, and we took some engagement photos in them for fun. Dude, I love that. That is epic. That is so cool. Number 1 for Kato, Carrie Fisher signed Empire Leia. Well, that's tremendous. That's tremendous. Speaking of tremendous, Terry has a Darth Vader signed pick of the Bespin lightsaber battle. Wow. Another one-of-a-kind collectible. Greg's, his Wonder Bread card of Princess Leia. And he says that is his favorite card. That's a great one. The Wonder Bread cards, I love that. That is such a classic one. Jason, West End Games Star Wars role-playing game collection. Nice. Very, very cool. Mary's number 1, the original Kenner action figures on the display board. And Chaz, the prototype Boba Fett from another celebration. Oh, nice. Ben's number 1, Black Series Imperial Stormtrooper helmet. His wife got him for Christmas. Wow. So the 1 and 6-year-olds like to wear it. That's cool. Mike, Darth Vader Christmas tree topper. My mom got me 10 years before she passed away. Rest in peace to her for sure, my friend. That is a really cool one. Daniel, original B-Wing pilot figure. Only thing left from his childhood, would give anything to have that B-Wing fighter back. Oh, man. We found one at Indiana Comic-Con a couple years ago. They're really nice. Jamie, the Super 8mm silent black and white New Hope film reel. That's epic. Peace and justice. That's what I thought. Oh, Josh forgot, too. 3D printed Mando Super Commando helmet. Sweet. James, 2007, first ever stamp. It's Darth Vader hanging on the wall. That's awesome. Ross, good to have you here. Carded vintage action figures from 78 to 85, especially The Empire Strikes Back. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So Blake says this is his favorite CWK top 5 ever. This is what Star Wars is all about. Well, I'm glad, man. See, it's so cool because your wonderful comments, and I see everybody making stuff here and bringing more and more people to the show, but actually hearing that is just really, really exciting. So thank you so much for that. Yeah, that was our top 5. Top 5 favorite Star Wars collectibles. We'll try to do more Star Wars collectibles later. This is basically the ones that we have that just have special meaning for us. But next week's top 5. Top 5 Star Wars video games. How about that? We got a long history of Star Wars video games. That's going to be a fun one to put together. All right. James clarifies. First ever Star Wars stamp made. Yes. I knew what you meant. My apologies for not clarifying that. Blake's fired up for next week. I know what Blake's going to have for his number 1. Just a guess. Terry's honorable mention is a HasLab Razor Crest. We don't own yet, but it'll be shipping this fall. That's going to be fun when that comes out, for sure. Oh, Minta's fired up too. Yep, next week is your top 5 favorite Star Wars video games. All right, well, speaking of, I actually don't have as much time as we thought because that top 5 took a lot longer, but that's a good thing. We're going to jump right into some Star Wars trivia. Star Wars trivia, everybody. You know the rules, how we do this here. We're not going to... Mason is excited for next week. So is Mike. I love that. So you know the rules. We're not going to Google the answers. I'm just going to give them to you and do your best. All right. Here we go. What is the English translation of Kuna Tuta Solo? I can just picture Deanna's face now while I'm saying this. What is the English translation of Kuna Tuta Solo? Try not to give away the way I pronounce it. What is the English translation of Kuna Tuta Solo? What is the English translation of that? I'm not going to tell you the movie or who says it, but what is the English translation of Kuna Tuta Solo? We have got, let's see, Greg, Ben, Jason, James, Blake, Cato, Josh, Tyler, Minta, Terry. They've all said that it's going somewhere solo. Ross says it. Daniel says it. Mason, what do you got, buddy? Waiting for you. I have a feeling you're going to know this one too. Again, the answer is Kuna Tuta Solo. Going somewhere solo. There he is. And yes, that is the answer. Going somewhere solo. That is what Greedo says to Han Solo. The first thing he says to him, the first time we hear Huttese in Star Wars. There you go. Well, that was easy. Everybody, literally all of you got that one right. That's good. You've done your homework. Okay. Who pilots the ship that takes Padme Amidala to Mustafar? Who pilots the ship that brings Padme Amidala to Mustafar? Any guesses? Who pilots the ship that takes Padme Amidala to Mustafar? I'll give you a second to think about it. We've got Tyler, Minta, Greg, James, Ross, Colby, Ben, Jason, all saying C-3PO. Kato says Padme. C-3PO, 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 Josh, James, Mary, Ross, Oh, Mason says 3PO. Mike says 3PO. Let's see. Kato, I'll give you a chance to change your answer if you want to. Hint, hint. So, again, who? Yeah, the answer is C3PO. And I never picture C3PO, excuse me, as piloting, but C3PO is definitely the pilot here. So that's the answer. All right. Well, that was pretty easy too. Man, I'm not going to stump any of you, am I? This one might be a little more fun. All right. So Ben quotes first. I think I'm getting the hang of this flying thing. Kato, it's official. You said it too. So we're all good. All right. Next question. Which device does the Millennium Falcon use to attach itself to an Imperial Star Destroyer? Which device does the Millennium Falcon use to attach itself to an Imperial Star Destroyer? Oh yeah, Kato brings up a good point. 3PO drives the speeder for Luke. Yeah, oh yeah, I forgot about that. So again, which device does the Millennium Falcon use to attach itself to an Imperial Star Destroyer? Tyler says magnetic something. Greg says a grappling hook. Ross says a claw. Kato says a landing clamp. We got a challenging one finally. So again, Jason says docking clamps. Mary says docking clamps. Magnetic clamps. Flex clamps. Magnetic feet. Grappling hook. The thingamajig. Close. Han held on with his hands. Ooh, that would be impressive. Oh, Chewie could probably do a good job of that. Mason, you got a guess, buddy? And what device does the Millennium Falcon use to attach itself to an Imperial Star Destroyer? I actually thought everybody would get this one. Mason says magnetic feet. That smells like your mom guessed that one too. I have a feeling. I could be wrong. It's a good guess. It's a good guess. Here's something crazy. Nobody got it right. So everybody got 2 right in a row, and then no one got this one right. We're going to find a little balance. But the answer, too, which device does the Millennium Falcon use to attach itself to an Imperial Star Destroyer is landing claw. Landing claw. I don't remember if Han says that in the movie, but I remember reading that in the Jedi Master's quiz book. Looking like Captain America in the helicopter in Civil War. Yeah, right? Exactly. When Han holds on. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, the answer is the landing claw. All right, let's go to the next question. Do a couple more. Let's see. No, that one's too easy. Who tells Anakin Skywalker there was an attack on the Jedi Temple? Kato, you were close. I think you were the closest. Who tells Anakin Skywalker there was an attack on the Jedi Temple? Tyler says Padme. Minta says Padme. Blake says Padme. Ben says Padme. Greg says Padme. It seems we're back to the other way of thinking. Terry says Padme. Ross says Padme. Mike says Padme. Mary says Padme. Jason says Padme. I thought for sure somebody was going to guess a Jedi. Like Obi-Wan or something. So again, who tells Anakin Skywalker there was an attack on the Jedi Temple? Which attack? The bad one. The bad one. Mason says Padme. Daniel says Padme. This is Padme. Padme does. Yep. Padme is the one who does that. Very good. Oh. That one's too easy. Let's see. I don't know. A couple of these are really, really easy. Ben says the force is strong with this group, and I agree with you, Ben. Let's just do one more. Everybody gets them all right, or I've stumped you. I want to find a nice mix. Here we go. How many horns protrude from the head of the average Gamorrean guard? And this is kind of a tricky one. How many horns protrude from the head of an average Gamorrean guard? How many horns protrude from the head of an average Gamorrean guard? Any guesses? My video is starting to drag a little. Hopefully you can all see me pretty well. How many horns protrude from the head of an average Gamorrean guard? Let's see. We've got 3, 2 on the action figure. Minta says 2. Mason says 2. Jason says 0. Ross says 0. The answer, Blake says 0. Mary says 4. All right, this is a perfect blend. The answer to how many horns protrude from the head of an average Gamorrean guard is 2. If you said 2, you are correct. Very good. All right, well, let's go ahead and close out the show. For sure, we're going to jump into Ask Dan Z. All right, so I don't know if you're experiencing a delay on your end. I apologize for that. On my feed, I'm getting a bit of a delay, so I apologize. We're probably need to wrap up the show. This is my computer telling me it's time to reboot. But Ben wants to know if he can change his answer to pie. No, you can't. But that's great. That's great. Well, I want to thank everybody for joining me tonight on CWK Live, sharing your top 5 favorite Star Wars collectibles that you actually own. Next week, we're going to look at your top 5 favorite Star Wars video games through the entire history of Star Wars video games. Blake wants to know what's my favorite piece of Star Wars clothing. Will I be wearing it next Monday? I got a lot of them, but I'm gonna try to find something super cool for next week for sure. Have I ever seen the movie District 9? You know, I don't remember if I haven't. That's a good question. Thoughts on the Bad Batch debuting on May 4th? I think that's wonderful. I think that is wonderful. And Josh, what tips do I have for making the most of Galaxy's Edge? That is a show in and of itself, but I will definitely get to that. You can certainly go to the Coffee with Kenobi podcast feed and get all of that information. I've got a bunch of shows from the openings of Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland and Walt Disney World. Terry says, thanks, Dan. Best CWK Live yet. I'm so happy. That's good. This show is only as good as all of you, so thank you so much for joining me, Terry and Ross and everybody else. Joshua, Tyler, have a great night, a great week, everybody. This week we're going to share more fun stuff. I'm going to be recording here with Clayton Sandell pretty soon to talk about how Star Wars gives us hope. It's going to be a great time. It's really great because I get to share it with each and every one of you. This is the podcast you're looking for. Have a good one, everybody. Thank you so much.